Hi guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it's time for another book haul. And yes, I know, be it books or beauty products, we've had a lot of hauls lately. But this is a really good one, so if you're not sick of them yet, I've got some awesome stuff to show you. So the entirety of this haul comes from the Fierce Reads team at Macmillan. They are awesome, and if you didn't know, I was part of the Fierce Reads campaign this spring. They have something called a Fierce Reads Street Team, where groups of bloggers and people on Tumblr and Twitter and the YouTubes and wherever are paired with a particular book that's coming out during that season, and they promote the heck out of it. So I was Team Secret, and so I was doing things on Tumblr having to do with Secret and Cold War Russia, and did some watercolors and kooky, weird, creepy things, and it was awesome. So if you would like to see what I did or check that out in general, I will leave the links to that below. But as thank you for being part of Team Secret and being part of the Fierce Reads Street team, they sent me a big old package. A big old package of signed books from the Fierce Reads spring campaign. So that's awesome. And I'm gonna show them to you. So first up, OBS Secret by Lindsay Smith. I've told you guys before how much I really enjoyed this. Big thumbs up. Looking forward to Scandal. Ready to get my hands on that. And if you haven't read it yet, I would recommend you pick up a copy. And then we have The Winter's Curse by Marie Rutkowski, which, again, I have talked about how much I loved this book before. Really just transported me. Very strong start to what is looking like a promising series. Like the world that was created, like the characters and how things are kind of played off of each other. Again, if you haven't picked this up, do so. Get it. It's awesome. And Gorgeous. Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which is the final book in the Grisha trilogy, which I know everyone was crazy about, so you probably don't need me pushing this on you. I'm sure you've heard of it and have probably even started it, if not finished the entire series. And this gorgeous beauty means I definitely need to get my hands on Siege and Storm soon. And look at how cool the bookplate is for it. They have done the coolest promotional stuff for this. In fact, sitting right by my camera are those little candles that they sent that are just awesome. Awesome. Was it Saint that I loved? It was Saint that I loved. Yum. The Truth About Alice by Jennifer Mathieu, which again, I have talked about fairly recently. And again, thumbs up. I'm liking the trend in sort of tackling slut-shaming in books lately, and I thought this one did a really good job of it and surprised me, which I wasn't expecting to be surprised. So if that intrigues you, I definitely recommend it, and this is probably one of my favorite cover designs in all of 2014. I love it. Really striking. XO to you too, Jennifer. Broken Hearts, Fences, and Other Things to Mend by Katie Finn, which if you watched the Cootie Catcher video that I did recently, some of you may have found that the Cootie Catcher told you to read this beautiful summary book. So if you needed one more push, here's your push. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't taken a chance on the Cootie Catcher yet and seen what your summer reading fate is, it's linked and you should go play. Look at that cute signature. Of Neptune by Anna Banks, which is again the end of a series. I do have the first book of Poseidon. I went to the Fierce Reads event a few years ago and picked up a copy of that, and that is signed. I haven't read it yet. It's back in that black hole of books right there. And now I have the third book signed, so I guess I'm gonna need to run into Anna at some point and pick up that middle book and have it signed, because otherwise it's incomplete. Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delara, which, again, on the pretty covers, one of the prettiest covers I've seen in a long time. So super pretty. This one is highly recommended for fans of The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Ava is sort of Stephen's protege, and it definitely has a similar feel and similar approach to storytelling, so if you liked that, you might want to check this one out. Or if you just need to collect pretty covers the way I do, because, again, it's gorgeous. And lastly, Monument 14, Savage Drift by Emmy Laybourne. Again, this is the third in a series, and I believe it finishes out the series too, but I could be wrong on that. I have met Emmy, same time that I met Anna, and Lee for that matter. I don't know why I didn't mention that. Who else was there? Author of Struck. I can't think of her name right now, but she was there and she told my fortune with tarot and it was awesome. Anyway, did meet Emmy. She was lovely. I don't have the first book, Monument 14, or the second book, which is Sky on Fire. but it just sounded really good, and the way she talked about it at the event was really just impassioned and definitely put it on my radar and made me want to read it. Just haven't yet. I might have to now that I've got this lovely in my collection. Oh, it has a map! That's an instant. Oh, there's a little bookmark too. All of them. All well worth checking out if you haven't. And if you get a chance to see one of the Fierce Read stops, go. It's always really, really cool. I was bummed to miss it this year. And there you have it. One hell of an awesome haul from the Fierce Reads Macmillan team. Thank you guys. You rock my socks off. And as I said, if you haven't checked out those books or seen any of those ladies on tour, do so. You won't regret it. That is all for now. Let me know what you think of the books in the comments, and if you have read any of them, what your thoughts were. And of course, as always, thanks for watching and happy reading! I don't know how well you can tell in the camera. I don't know how well it's picking it up, but I'm kind of like a My Little Pony right now. And as some of you may recall, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a recent video, I have no more room on the sign shelf. I don't know where those are gonna go. I think I'm gonna have to clear off a second shelf for signed books, which is an awesome problem to have.